Northern New Jersey. Here are some top town appreciation. Here's some of the data. We have some crazy appreciation still happening in Northern New Jersey. However, there are rumblings of something going on, and no, it's not just the earthquake we all experienced. There are definitely some shifts going on in the market. I want to dive in and show you what we're feeling as boots on the ground. And as always, you should tap one of my amazing team to help you with your specific real estate needs, because we love helping you guys, and I'm giving you more of an overview, but obviously stuff is pretty local and also pretty specific to price point. Let's dive into the data and let me show you what's going on in our market in Northern New Jersey in the real estate market, so you are aware of probably your most expensive asset, and I want to keep you well informed. Okay, let's do it. All right, so the good news is we are still seeing the median sale price climb in Bergen County. It's climbing. You're looking on my screen and you're going to see the blue line is 2025 and the orange line right here, and that's 2024. Climbing, 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 climbing. All good, but how long is it going to last? So with active listings climbing, it is bound to slow down the rate at which the homes are going to appreciate. And that is what we are seeing. It is a supply and demand game, right? If we are seeing active listings climb, it is going to put some pressure on the pricing. You're not going to see the kind of appreciation you were seeing before, and you are going to have to make sure your listing is shining so that you beat out any other home. So we are slightly ahead of 2024 with the median days on the market. So active listings climbing, and we're slightly ahead of where we were last year for median days on the market, and we've kind of been trending like that throughout the entire year. So the other thing I want you guys to look at is weeks of supply. So this is a good barometer as well to show you basically the relationship between the supply and demand. And you could see that 2025, we were trending below 2024 with weeks of supply. We've been pretty steadily ahead of last year for weeks of supply in Bergen County. And so what that is saying to me is that there is definitely something going on. More people are putting their homes on the market. Buyers are being more picky. Things are sitting a little bit longer. And we're also in the seasonal slow of, the summer months. I don't think we're about to give all of our appreciation back. I don't see any kind of bubble being burst. I just do think that if you're a seller thinking that you're going to get the kind of appreciation your neighbor got maybe 6 months ago, you need to reset your expectations and do something that we call market alignment. If you want to see the kind of appreciation that your seller maybe got, your neighbor maybe got a year ago, you're going to have to maybe do some investing in your house to make sure that you're giving the buyers what they want, what they need, and they feel the value coming out of your house. And those are the houses that are selling for the most amounts of money, the houses that feel very, very valuable to that buyer, right? While interest rates remain higher than 6%, you are still going to have pushback from the buyers because they simply don't have the buying power that we need them to have in order for them to afford some of these prices. And yes, we are still having an affordability problem. So we keep our eye on interest rates, we keep our eye on inventory levels, and we keep our eye on how long it's taking for these houses to sell. And those are going to be the data points for us to understand what's going on in the market. It is important to remember that 65 to 75% of everybody who's selling a house is also a buyer. So when you as a seller decide that you're feeling motivated to sell, most likely it's because maybe the interest rates are getting lower and you feel like it's worth it to sell, or you've identified a really great place to go that is going to fit with your lifestyle needs. So there's a lot of different mitigating factors in our county in particular. We are seeing a shift, so we got to keep our eye on that. Talk to one of our team members about what's going on specifically in your local market. That is the best thing you could possibly do, because things are hyper local, whether it's your zip code, your neighborhood, or your price point. Very, very hyper local. You definitely don't want to go on the market to help your neighbor sell their house. I am Stacey Esser with the Stacey Esser Group, so please let us know if we can be of help to you, and we'll be there. Thank you so much. Bye.